After the deadly July 4th floods, the role of managing Texas's rivers flowed back into focus. KXAN investigator Matt Grant found there are new calls from advocates and lawmakers to give residents more power in shaping the nearly century-old system.
A system designed to mitigate everything from droughts to flash floods.
You should be in the business of protecting people from the things that are going on in the river. I don't see how the Upper Guadalupe River Authority helped in any way in this flood. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
In July, the Upper Guadalupe River Authority, which is appointed by the governor, faced state lawmaker criticism for not monitoring gauges and turning down a grant to help fund a flood warning system 9 months before more than 100 people were killed in Kerr County, including 27 young campers and counselors at Camp Mystic.
You're not accountable to the voters of Kerr County, even though you're taxing them.
We are accountable to the voters of Kerr County because they pay taxes that support us, but they couldn't
unelect you and take you off the board if they didn't think you were doing a good job.
That's correct.
About 25 miles south of Kerrville is Bandera, known as the Cowboy Capital of the world. Here, even water governance has a bit of a maverick streak. We looked at more than 15 river authorities across the state and found only 2, including the local river authority here, whose boards are elected by the people instead of chosen by the governor.
In this area, we're in rural Texas, it's worked very well.
David Maulk is the general manager of the Bandera County River Authority and Groundwater District, a 9-member elected board protecting the Sabinal and Medina rivers.
Some of the principal problems with Flash Flood Alley start up here, and you can see why, because of the terrain, the geography. It's steep and it's rocky. And when it rains here, it can be a contact sport.
In Bandera, revenue and accountability stream from the residents who live here. Unlike other river authorities that get money from selling water and hydroelectric power, Maulk's board is funded through property taxes.
So you have the taxpayers funding us, who are also potentially the voters in the region. And they can affect change down the road if they don't like how things are going.
So how important are river authorities to Texas?
Well, they're essential. I think the old adage, for the most part, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Wes Birdwell is a civil engineer, formerly with the Texas Floodplain Management Association and Lower Colorado River Authority. He supports the current system of mostly governor-appointed boards.
I think river authorities have done a fantastic job. In my mind, it's worked well. I don't think we have as much control over the kind of people we get if we get into elected situations.
One change he would like to see: new expanded training for board members.
I think training is always good, especially on a broad scale.
From funding, term limits, and board structure, each river authority is unique. A recent Sunset Advisory Commission report found many lack guidance and are inconsistent in their approach to internal auditing and not aligned with state constitutional term limits. In response, at least 3 board terms were reduced from 6 years to 4, with one bill filed proposing to make the San Jacinto River Authority elected. It didn't pass.
I'd actually like to see more of our state agencies be elected.
Annalisa Peace is executive director of the Greater Edwards Aquifer Alliance and advises San Antonio's elected river authority.
I'd rather have the legislature go ahead and say, let's give these guys some decent budgets to work with and make these positions elected.
Here in Flash Flood Alley, this river authority also collects property taxes, which will soon help pay for a new advanced warning system. So what would be wrong with the governor appointing someone that he thinks is best suited for this role?
Well, sometimes the governor might make a good choice. Sometimes it might just be a reward.
KXAN looked at campaign finance records and found Governor Abbott has tapped some top dollar donors to sit on river authorities, including LCRA's Curtis Ford from Austin, who gave nearly $500,000 since 2010, telling us his contributions are unrelated to his work at the board, and nearly $800,000 from Alan Bloxham III with the Nueces River Authority. Bloxham, an oil and gas executive, says his appointment reflects a long-standing dedication to environmental stewardship and preservation of our state's rivers and ecosystems. The governor's office says Abbott chooses leaders he believes are best equipped to fulfill the duties of their office. All appointments are subject to Senate approval.
The drought made a lot of people forget about the pain of floods.
Back in Bandera, Maulk says the ballot box model works, but a one-size-fits-all mandate may not.
I feel like it's always better to reflect on how things are run and see if there's a better way of doing it.
Potentially this is a better way?
I could say this, it is a way that works very well here.
Matt Grant, KXAN Investigates.
And that reflection is what one member of a new committee investigating the July floods wants to see. Democratic State Rep Aaron Gamez says the legislature should review each river authority, especially those with taxing authority, to, quote, determine whether transitioning to an elected board could improve accountability and transparency. Now, she also supports increased training, and at least one lawmaker also wants to see the UGRA dissolved. You can read what other leaders say about our findings in this story in the investigative section of KXAN.com.